So, what did Michael Phelps say when he outswam a dolphin? Doesn't matter. Defeats the purpose. I hate it here. Intro. Another Miller Lite up on the porch, dude. Is there anything you ever wanted more than just a Miller Lite up on the porch, you know? So, if you can't tell by the title of today's episode, I decided it would be a challenge, it would be fun, it would be wacky to try to do a PG episode. And what I mean by that is I'm going to do my best not to curse, not to talk about, it's hard to even say what I'm not going to talk about, but the usual stuff that we'd be doing around these parts, you know what I mean? Because, I feel like if someone just clicks on a random episode of this, they're going to be like, what is wrong with this guy? He is the most vulgar person I've ever met in my life. And, dude, I kind of am, and that's on me, Playboy, but, what brought this about was our good pals down there at the Grandmaster's table, the number one pokey podcast in the freaking... See, a minute 30 in, we already almost ruined it. Gosh darn it. But the best pokey podcast, both sides of the Mississippi. And Summer had mentioned that she was going to listen to an episode of this, and she was in the car with her kids, which... automatically, that's a yikes. And then she said she got a minute or so in, maybe 2 minutes, and then was like, no, we can't, no, I don't want to, or no, I think she said she was either in the car or she was eating breakfast with, I don't know, dude, I'm probably combining two different stories, but all you need to know is 2 minutes in, and it was like, nope, can't be doing it, no, can't, I wouldn't, and dude, speaking of I wouldn't, I freaking wouldn't, because, that's how you traumatize your kids right there. You let them listen to 30 full minutes of this, dude? We've already made the joke about the whole, baby Einstein's thing, so this is, that's a yikes. But I thought it'd be funny to kind of just try to see if we can make it through an entire episode. If we can just make it through 20 minutes without cursing, or talking about whose holes are where, and what went up what, and who looks like this, and what, tastes like that. I don't know, dude, okay? I'm going to try. We'll try. Okay, I guarantee nothing. But if there was going to be an episode that I think it would be okay for your kids to be around, I would pick this one. Granted, I got some stuff on this list down here that probably still isn't exactly suitable for kids. But, Disney movies have, all kinds of innuendos and whatnot. So it's okay if we sneak a little bit in there, right? But, oh man. So, we finally did it, boys. We finally hit 200 subscribers. It feels so darn good. I don't know, So what that means is I will be, well, first of all, I don't want to make the announcement here. I'm going to make an official video, but I guess, here's a little spoiler for you, for the listeners of the Shaynanigans Podcast. I'm going to be making some merch, and I have some ideas, and I think it's going to be really funny. So we'll do some things, because, when I was younger, I always wanted a catchphrase. I don't know why, but you just see sitcoms and stuff where people are always saying things that they get known for. And I've kind of realized, unintentionally, I kind of have a couple catchphrases. So maybe I think maybe it's time to incorporate some of that onto some t-shirts or something. Maybe I might get a design commissioned so that we can get it on a shirt, but it's going to be awesome, dude. I'm excited. So, but... thank you guys for subscribing, for liking, subscribing, and all that BS, dude, because it really does just mean the world to me, dude. Just right here in the little heart, it's just, oh, you guys, stop it, just, oh. Yeah, man, though, it was a long time coming, so I am definitely going to get roasted. We have had a bit of a change in the lineup of the people who will be roasting me, but I will announce that in the video as well. I got to get with all of them, find a suitable amount of time that they will need to, because the way we're going to do it is, I don't think I'll be able to get 9 people in a call and have no one say anything while each person does their thing. So I'm going to have each person record a video, and then I'll do it reaction style, where instead of having a host, which originally was going to be Pat hosting, but I'll just do it to where I'm the host and I'm the roastee, So I'll put the video or the clip or whatever, the sound clip on, and I'll listen to it. And then also, if you people at home want to roast me as well, I have an idea for that too. So be on the lookout for the official 200 subscriber announcement video. I'll have like a link to a Google document where you can either anonymously, dude, if you want to really flame my butt, I almost said it. If you really want to flame my butt, you can put it anonymously. If you want me to know that you're funny and you got things to say too, you can put your name. I don't care, dude. Whatever. I just honestly, I say so many mean things to people that I'm like, but I'm joking. Obviously, dude, I'm joking. Like, and we were just talking about this the other day. If you're my friend, the things I'll say sometimes, people, like a third party person might hear that and be like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, how could you? But if you're my friend, that's just like second nature, and I expect you to do the same thing to me because that's just how it be, Maybe that's just how it is working in warehouses all the time and whatnot, but hey, man. Sometimes you gotta do a little bit of roasting. Sometimes you gotta get roasted. And I've been really looking forward to this. And I have some hilarious friends that I'm really, really excited to see what they're gonna bring to the table here. I can't even say the thing about the table I usually say. Darn it. But so let's get into this today's itinerary. Now, I made a funny at work, and would you believe it? And here's what happened. So. My company is complaining that we have been spending too much money on pallets and not blankets that you sleep on in the floor. What are you talking about? I mean, wooden pallets. Like when you deliver stuff, when like you put a forklift under it or a pallet jack or whatever, and you move heavy stuff around on like those wooden planks of the 2x4s. That's a pallet. If you don't know what a pallet is, have you worked before? But I don't know why I still have these in. But so we need to be bringing back pallets from the places we deliver to. So, but we just don't really bring them back that often because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So, and that feels weird to say, dude. It feels so weird. But, so my manager brought me and the other drivers in and was like, hey, listen, we're spending too much money on pallets. If you guys can bring back more pallets, if you can bring back 50 a month, I'll buy you guys lunch. And not just Popeyes or like a sandwich or something. Like we'll go to lunch, like somewhere dank. And I was like, buddy, we are 5 minutes away from a cheesecake factory, and I'm down. You speak in my language, bro. You talking free food? I'll work a little harder. If it's just, hey, do this if you can, and there's nothing, I don't get paid more, I don't get anything, I ain't doing it, dude. I freaking wouldn't. Is all I can say to that. But you gonna throw some cheesecake my way, dog? You gonna throw some pluckers my way? Oh, we'll be in there, So what we have to do is, because he didn't want anybody to cheat, because we're children apparently, we have to get them verified by the amount that we have by the warehouse manager, so that we can write them down and let the overall manager know, and he can take us to lunch. So I brought the first day, I was like, cheesecake on the brain, So I brought back 10. And I brought him to the warehouse manager. I was like, look, there's 10. I'm going to go put them up. He was like, all right, cool. And I go to the actual manager's office, and he's not in there. And I walk out. He's in the break room. He's like making coffee or something. And I was like, hey, man, I brought back 10 today. And he was like, okay, we'll just go write them on the sticky notes on my desk. And I was like, okay. So I walked back in there. There's no sticky notes on this man's desk. There's just a desk. There's nothing to write on. So I'm looking, and I don't, you don't want to, it feels weird being in someone else's office when they're not there. When you walk in, and you got to open the door to someone else's office and flick on the lights, and you're just like, I don't belong. It's like walking into the girls' restroom. You're just like, I don't want to be in here, So, I look on his desk, and there's no sticky notes, but there's a banana. So me being me, I was like, it's yellow and I can write on it. This is going to have to work. So I take my Sharpie out of my pocket, my trusty, name brand wide tip Sharpie, and I write 10 pallets for Shayden on the banana, and then I just go about my day. And I don't hear from him for the rest of the day. Then the next day, I'm like, I brought back more pallets, so I go in there to write the stuff again, and I see the same banana, but it's flipped upside down. And he's not in there again. And I was like, what the heck? So I was like, is this the same? Like, because it's upside down. Granted, I guess in my head I thought it's the same banana, but I mean, I don't know if that's me like racially profiling bananas, but I guess they all kind of look the same. So I go and I flip it over, and it is the same banana, and it says 10 pellets for Shaden on the bottom of it, and I was like, what's going on? So I talked to him, and I was like, hey, did you get my note? And he was like, yeah, and he did the like almost the Office Space thing of like, yeah, if you could not write on parts of my lunch, I would appreciate it. And I just started laughing like, dude, you said there were sticky notes on your desk. I found the next yellowest thing and wrote on it appropriately. I don't know what you're talking about, So now, of course, he's laid out sticky notes, and we had a good laugh about it though. And then I felt bad because I guess I ruined his lunch or something. But one banana, that's not enough lunch. And I'm squinting because there's something in my contact lens. So sorry. But I the next day I brought him a banana because I felt bad about ruining his lunch or his snack or whatever. So, and it's like pouring down raining when I get in there, so I got a banana and I have a work jacket that's got the pockets on the inside, it's cool. So I was keeping the banana dry and safe, and I got it in there, and I was like, hey man, just so you know, I felt bad. I brought you a banana. And he was like, oh, thanks. I was like, yeah, so it is just a banana in my pocket. I'm not that happy to see you. And he starts laughing. I was like, okay, well, at least he's not too upset about it, which, how upset can you really be about a banana? How much is a banana? I don't know. And that's the thing I learned. I had to go to freaking Albertsons to get a banana. And you can't just buy one banana. Who buys one banana? It's like I tried to buy one stamp one time. You can't do it. You gotta buy a whole book. I don't want a book. How many things I gotta mail? How much potassium you think I need? So I had a bit a few months ago that I was trying out, and I couldn't. The premise is funny, but there's just not enough substance to it. And I was trying to think of like replacing curse words with different ice cream treats at Dairy Queen, And it all started because I went to go call somebody something, and I can't even say the thing on this episode, but I was like, you freaking dilly bar, because I didn't want to say the actual word. But then I started thinking like, that's actually pretty funny. You call somebody a dilly bar, they know what you mean. It's close enough, but then also it's just a little frozen. It's like, well, that's what comes with your kid's meal at Dairy Queen, You freaking dilly bar, get out of here. So I got to thinking, what are the other treats at Dairy Queen? There's not that many other ones, and they're not that funny. But there are some desserts, just general desserts, that can be used as insults too, You call somebody a dilly bar, you know what you're talking about. You'd be like, hey bro, are you a tart? And they're like, they get what you mean, There's easy ones too. You can throw fudge or fruitcake in there, and that's too easy, dude. All right, I ain't never been about the low-hanging fruit, especially if it's freaking bananas. And then my personal favorite is like a bunt cake. So just take the front of it, Oh, she's being a real bunt today, Look at Stephanie over there. You can just tell by the look on her face she's a freaking bunt, But and that's like a hard word to say, because it's B-U-N-D-T, so it's like bundant, but you got to say it fast, so it's, I don't know, dude. It's like the old Pam Pan situation. And then, I guess just another kind of easy one is just like, you get a sheet cake. Sometimes you got to take a sheet cake, and that's just how it is, dude. So I figured this PG episode would be a perfect time to kind of go over the desserts that can also be used as curse words. And I think this is a good start. I thought about it for a couple minutes, did a quick Goog, hit the Googly real quick, and I just came up with a couple of results. So if you guys have any desserts that mean curse words, let me know, because if I want to do any future PG episodes, I'm going to need as many of these as I can get, because I've already almost ruined this like 4 times. And with 14 minutes in, I've almost ruined it 4 times, dude. That's not every 3.5 minutes. I have almost ruined this, and that is quick math. As quick as it can be for me, dude. I'm dumb. I'm a freaking dilly bar, full on tart. But, man, I was thinking about buying a home gym, and I did it. I bought a home gym, except really, I just bought a weighted blanket, and I just lay down a lot. That's kind of the same thing, right? That's basically the same thing, I think. I mean, because you get a 25-pound weighted blanket, every time you sit up in bed, that's like one of those sit-ups where the person's pushing down, where you're like either, you're holding the plate over your chest or something. That's basically a workout, dude. That's the ultimate multitask. Take a nap while you're doing like basically sit-ups. I mean, hey, also helps with depression. It's like a weighted hug, It's like a hug from somebody at a gym, I think is what a weighted blanket is. Um this is so this is so this is so fudging ridiculous. I'm dude, if you made it through this far in the video, I'm sorry. Turn this off. What are you doing with your life? Chinese. I think that's fine. I can say Chinese Jesus. I don't think that's like a slur or anything. Yeah, Chinese Jesus is fine. Yeah, it's cool. I verified it. It's fine. So I was thinking about some funny things that happened. I was like looking at this from an innocent kind of point of view, and I was trying to think of stories that happened when I was a kid, and I realized just how dumb my brain is in the process. Right? So I have a younger brother, and then I have two cousins. Right? An older cousin and a younger cousin, and me and the other two younger ones, we always kind of looked up to the oldest cousin, as you do, because they're like, they're 3 or 4 years ahead of you. They're more advanced in the world, right? So the stuff that they found is probably cooler than the stuff you found. So every time they're listening to a band, you're like, I gotta check that stuff out, because they know it's cool. They're more advanced in coolness than I am, so they probably know what that cool stuff be, which granted is how I found Paramore in the first place when I was a kid. My cousin had a whole wall painted to look like the Riot album, and I always remember hearing just that whole album just playing when I was a kid. It's hilarious, but and here we are now, So we were on a family vacation one time, and my parents and uncles and aunts were actually pretty smart, because they kind of had us take shifts. Like, one uncle would take the 4 kids and go out for 2 weeks camping or on like a road trip or two, just whatever. And then the other adults would get to just relax for 2 weeks, which is a smart way to do it. It was almost like prison guards, like, I'll take them, you guys get to relax or drink a bottle of wine, whatever you want to do, and I'll deal with the ruffians, So we're driving, and we pass a cemetery. And don't worry, this isn't going to go like how the last episode did. But we passed the cemetery, and my oldest cousin, who we all look up to, goes and just holds her breath through the entirety of the time when we pass the cemetery. And me and the other kids are like, what the fudge is she doing, What is it? What is this dilly bar in the front seat doing, And as we pass it, she exhales. And we're like, hey, what the sheet was that, What the sheet cake you got going on up there? And she's like, well, I heard today, or whatever, I heard that when you pass a cemetery, you have to hold your breath so that the spirits don't take over, like get inside of you when you pass. And my younger siblings were like, oh, well, we gotta start doing that immediately. And I was thinking in my head, like, why would they be attacking passing by cars? Can spirits travel 45 miles an hour? Like, is that really? And like, what did I do? What is, like, they're just going for passerbys, And also, okay, so I do believe in ghosts. I'll say that. I've seen some things, But if you're a ghost, right, I think that means, I don't think you stay around just willy-nilly. I don't think you just like, just not really, I just want to, gotta catch the game on Sunday, don't want to, go to heaven or hell just yet. And so if you are a ghost, you're here for a reason, right? That's their whole thing, is they have unfinished business. They have things that needs to get done. So if you were a ghost, why would you be in the cemetery? Wouldn't you be, like, maybe that's your spawn point, is where your body died or whatever, or wherever your body is. But like, why would you just be hanging out in the cemetery? Shouldn't you be like off finishing your business or doing whatever you got to do, or like creeping people out, or like writing stuff in the fog when people take showers, waiting in the mirror, so then when people look in the mirror, you're there, and then when they look behind, that you're not there anymore. That's like total ghost stuff, you know? Ghosts do all that kind of sheet cake. So, I just remember being a kid, being like, I think she was probably 14, so I was 11, maybe 12, and I was like, I don't think that's correct, you know? And this is the cousin we look up to. Everything she said was gold. So, I would just remember being like, that doesn't make, there's so, like, just poking holes, you know, just like, you know, you ever watch a really bad movie and you're like, how did this, and then this, and then this, and somebody's just like, oh, it's a movie, don't poke holes, but you're like, but it's supposed to make you want to watch it, not make you be like, ugh. But I just remember that, and the kids were like, well, we're going to hold our breath from now on, because I don't want to be possessed. That's the last thing I want to be, is freaking possessed. And I was just like, I don't think that's how that works. First of all, we're on the highway. There's no way they're like, let's get them in the Ford Explorer. Let's get them, you know? Like, there's no way that's what happens. But I realized how dumb my brain is, because to this day, every single time I pass a cemetery, my initial reaction is to hold my breath. And I have to stop the process. Like, it's just automatic. I go... But then my brain was like, hey, well, hold on now. Why are we doing... We've discussed how dumb this is. For like 20 years now, we've discussed how dumb this is. Why is that your initial reaction, you know? And I guess that's just how, like, when your mind is developing, you could have a single thought in a day, and that's just downloaded to your hard drive forever. That is an uninstallable app on your brain, on the phone of your brain. You know what I mean? You ever try to delete, like, some... You're like clearing space on your phone. You're like, I don't even need this app. What is this? And it's just like, you can't uninstall it. It's just guaranteed. You're just in there and you can't remove it. And it's just, I guess I just have to deal with Windows Media Player forever. I don't know what the fudge this is, you know? But yeah, man, that's just, have y'all ever heard that? I don't know if my cousin was just being stupid and was like, you gotta hold your... I don't know if she was messing with us or if someone actually told her that. I don't know. But have y'all ever heard that? You gotta hold your breath for the cemetery? I don't think that's a real thing. But speaking of these road trips we used to go on, and I've told this story in a separate video, but I realize more and more, not a lot of people that watch this podcast have watched these storytime videos or remember these storytime videos, because I've brought these up so many times in call with people or, you know, with my friends, and they're just like, what? But the Rainforest Cafe is the worst place. It's cool, dude, whatever. It's at, you know, it's at nice malls and old people love it. But why would you want to go eat somewhere where there are birds and gorillas and elephants screaming at you the whole time? I don't even like eating inside at Raising Cane's because the music's too loud, dude. I don't want to be seated next to... Oh, well, can we get a seat next to the aquarium? Just go to the dentist's office. They have one too, dude. Why do you need to sit next to fish to eat a chicken fried steak? What the heck is going on? You know what I mean? So, my grandma takes us to Galveston one time. And to be frank, dude, Galveston sucks, man. Galveston, it's supposed to be a beach city in Texas. That is the worst beach I have ever seen. It's like you have to walk through freaking 30 feet of trash and old dead seaweed, and every time you step in seaweed when you're a kid, it is 100% a shark attacking you. 100%. You don't get grazed by seaweed and not think that it's a shark coming to destroy you and your family. It does not work like that, you know? So my grandma takes us to Galveston. We stayed in like this little cabin that wasn't even on the beach. Just a cabin with like a swimming pool and like a tennis court. That's just in a cement parking lot somewhere. And as we're driving in, she's like, hey kids, look, the beach. And we're like, you know, we're kids. We're like, oh, beach. Yay, this is the best thing. And we're like, we're not dressed for the beach. We didn't know this was a beach thing. She just said we're going to a cabin, so we were like, okay, I guess we're gonna be in the woods or something. I don't know. So she pulls to the beach, like we're parked on sand, and we're like, well, let's do beach stuff. You know, I got like blue jeans on, but I'll roll them up like Huck Finn. I don't give a heck. You know, I'll what's the other one? I'll Tom Sawyer this out. You know what I mean? Throw the sandals aside. I'm going right in, baby. But as we pull up to the beach, she locks the doors. And we're like, why would you take us to the beach if we can't get out of the car? And she's like, I just wanted you guys to see it. We have to go and we have to go eat. And we were like, but Nana, why would you take a car full of 12 to 14-year-old, 10, 12, and 14-year-old kids to the beach and not let them go to the beach? That's horrible, And we've talked about my crazy brother here before. My brother takes off his seatbelt and is literally trying to roll down the window so he can climb out the window and go do beach stuff. She hits real quick, dude. For an old lady, she had cat-like reflexes. She clicked that button to where they can't roll down the window anymore, so it stops 4 inches down. You ever roll down your window just enough so your dog can get its head out the window, but you don't really trust him. You're not really sure if he's going to jump out or not. So you just give him just enough to where they can kind of do the dog thing with the, But so he can't even get his head out the window. The doors are locked. And we're just like, we're all freaking out. We're in this rental car and we're like, we want to go to the beach. And she's like, she's getting so mad, dude. She's like, she turns around and she had dentures. And when she yells, you could tell that they were dentures because they kind of rattled around a little bit. She was like, we're going to the Rainforest Cafe, screaming in our faces. We're going to the Rainforest Cafe. And I just remember thinking, what's way better than the Rainforest Cafe? First of all, anywhere. But second of all, the beach. Even a stupid, crappy beach, That doesn't count as a swear word either. That's pretty PG. So, I think that's where my beef with the Rainforest Cafe started, was right there. But then also, when you're there, it sucks, dude. How bad do you want a souvenir cup that you're going to pay $25 for a burger and a orange-tinted freaking plastic cup with a straw that's real swirly, To sit inside in a humid, somehow wet. Why is it wet in the Rainforest Cafe? I get it. It's the rainforest. But maybe we should be focusing on the cafe aspect of this and not go fully into the rainforest aspect of it. And there's thunder and light. It's like the vegetable section when they do the little mist spray and it makes the thunder noises. Why? Gosh darn it, I hate the Rainforest Cafe. We're going to the rainforest. To this day, when I see my family, that's one of the things we'll always joke about. And she gets so mad when you bring it up. Oh my god. Old granny is not a fan of the old Rainforest Cafe jokes, And I have this vivid memory of my brother just trying to jam his bean head out of this window because we were so close, dude. You could smell the trashy seawater. You could see the seaweed for 60 yards up to the water. We didn't care. I would have risked that shark attack. You know what I mean? I would have risked it. We wanted that biscuit, but hey, that's just what happened. We didn't get to go to the beach, and we didn't go to the beach that entire trip either. I don't think we might have went or at least if we did go, it wasn't part of the plan. It was that we complained enough to the fact that she was like, "Fine, we'll go to the beach." We're like, I hope you're planning on going to the Rainforest Cafe again, and then we're now doing the beach instead of that because I want something to be taken away from you. I want you to know how we felt, Linda. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Sorry, this one was a little bit weird. I wasn't planning on recording this today. I was gonna do this tomorrow, but I also need this to go up, as you guys are seeing this Tuesday during the day, so that I can keep daily Pokemon uploads going at night. So. Subscribe, do all that bullshit. Once again, thank you all for... I ruined it! No! I was so close, dude. I was so close. Oh, it be on you sometimes. God fucking damn it. Okay, bye forever. I hate it here. Ugh.